Iran's capital city, Tehran, has enchanted soil. Skyscrapers, highways, flowers, and trees pop out of the ground alike. But before there grew skyscrapers and highways all over, Tehran had lush green, has green trees that still stand tall. And as Yara Elmjoui puts it, thanks to the municipality, the green has given personality to the city. You'll be surprised to hear Tehran's old nickname.
If you know me, you'll know that my computer background is always set to an image of Tehran. When I take my laptop to class to take notes, someone sitting in the row behind me eventually peers over my shoulder and asks, "Where is that?" When I tell them it's Tehran, they're surprised.
That's because the image many outsiders have of Tehran is not one of lush green expanses and tree-filled boulevards. But in fact, Tehran is known for its greenery and is in fact one of the greenest cosmopolitan cities in the Middle East. And nowhere else does this stand out more than Iran's longest street, Valias.
From Tajrish in the north to Rawahan Square in the south, Valias bisects Tehran right down the center. This historic 18-kilometer boulevard is lined on both sides with thousands upon thousands of towering sycamore trees. And at points, because of the sheer breadth of their leafy branches, the sky is nearly obscured from view.
In Persian, we call these trees chenar, and Tehran has so many of them that the former nickname of Iran's capital city was once Chenaristan, the land of the sycamores. So it should come as no surprise that when the 17th century Italian traveler Pietro della Valle visited Tehran, he wrote in his travelogue, "If Istanbul is known as the city of cypress trees, then Tehran should be known as the city of sycamores." The sycamores and the boulevards they populate are only one facet of Tehran's greenery. You've also got to take into consideration the over 1,800 parks that have been constructed since the late 1970s. And the one we're standing in right now is among the most widely recognized parks in all of Iran. It's called Park Millat.
When it was first built decades ago, Park Millat was one of the few large-scale parks Iran had to offer. We got the chance to sit down with its chief designer, Ali Mohammad Mokhtari, who has spearheaded the expansion of Tehran's green space for the larger part of the 40 years he's served in the municipality.
کاشت درخت یک عبادت بزرگی است. هر جا که درخت هست زندگی هم هست. فضای سبز این درخت‌ها هر کدوم مثل بچه‌های منه. تعداد پارک‌های شهر تهران تا پایان 57 75 تا پارک بوده در تهران. البته پارک‌های کوچک، پارک‌های محله‌ای، منطقه‌ای و فرامنطقه‌ای. امروز که من خدمت شما هستم حدود 1873 پارک در تهران داریم. جمعاً شاید حدود 45 تا 46 هزار هکتار ما مساحت فضای سبزی هست که تحت پوشش شهرداری تهرانه.
Make no mistake, it's not easy to maintain Tehran's 46,000 hectares of well-tended lawns, sycamore groves, and flowery displays. While some European cities may receive up to 2,500 millimeters of rain per year, by comparison, Tehran usually gets a measly 250. The arid climate means the city's gardeners and sprinklers have to work overtime to make sure the city's green space stays green.
Get a load of this. About 30 years ago, there was such a limited number of parks in Tehran that the city only had 1 square meter of green space per capita. Today, that figure has reached nearly 15 square meters, and officials in charge of green space expansion in the municipality have plans to hike that number to 25 square meters per capita in the coming years.
True, Iran is listed as one of the 71 countries whose green space comprises less than 10% of its total landmass. But with the efforts of its municipality, the capital city is getting greener by the day.
With Tehran's green space constantly on the rise, it's important to remember how it all began. The sycamores have played a part in the history of this city, just as much as the city has played a part in the lives of its sycamores. For years, these trees have stood by as passive observers, withstanding floods, coups d'etats, popular uprisings, and earthquakes. But with more being planted every year, it's clear that these sycamores will accompany Tehran's path into the future, wherever that may lead. Reporting for Iran, I'm Yara El-Mjouri.